leading me home. It's leading me home. It's coming down. Raining on me. Raining on me. It's coming down. Raining on me. Raining on me. emotions ever torn so deep, falling down through the clouds. I'm feeling you. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me.
G'day guys, welcome back to another video. Before we begin, I just want to say that I will leave all of the specs in the description below. They are Amazon affiliate links, which help us out greatly if you guys are shopping on Amazon. Today we have a build in the Lian Li O11 Dynamic case. This is white, and of course we wanted to go with that white and yellow theme, which is why we use the yellow coolant in the system. Now, to achieve this clean aesthetic, we reached out to Bitspower to see if they would help and partner up with us with this build. We also reached out to Lian Li, who provided the case. So a big thank you to those guys for jumping on board. Bitspower have a brand new panel reservoir for this exact case. That's what you see at the front here. And that is how we were able to route the tubes nice and cleanly, nice and parallel throughout the system. Now, with this particular reservoir at the front, the holes on the reservoir do not exactly line up with the CPU holes and the GPU holes. So we do have some odd tubes coming out, and then we make them all go straight to create that parallel runs at the front there that you can see. We also wanted to use fittings to do the bends because we do like the change of white in the tubes, adds a bit more white to the system, and I think that it stands out a lot more. Now, the only downside to using fittings for some of these bends, especially the ones here where the fittings add weight, is that there would be a natural sag to the tube itself. So we had to come up with something to combat that, and in the process we thought, well, what a good idea it would be to create some sort of bracket that would not only keep the tubes from sagging, but keep the GPU from sagging, because the GPU is the Asus Strix GTX 1070 Ti with a water block on it from Bitspower, and that has a lot of weight to it. So we created some clear acrylic anti-sagging brackets to stop the tubes from sagging as well as the GPU. So we've just got a little slit down here, which is holding the GPU up straight. That also allowed us to make all of these runs parallel and nice and straight as well. Now we did do a bit of etching in this design as well. So there's a little snowflake where the tubes actually run through. Just a bit of a design, especially coming up to Christmas, trying to add a bit of Christmas theme into it. So yeah, I thought it was a little nice touch for the system. We were only trying to go with a nice clean look for this system. So not much modding involved apart from the brackets and of course these custom tube runs and everything like that. Apart from that, it's just a nice clean system with some nice white lights. Unfortunately, the Asus Aura software doesn't allow you to do a perfect white. So there is a tinge of purple to these Lian Li O11 fans. The motherboard and the RAM, however, did seem to come out of more of a pure white color. So it's very odd that this has happened. Maybe it's just the Lian Li fans, as they use a combination of red, green, and blue to actually create that white. And that's why you see a bit of a purple tinge to them. So the front reservoir from Bitspower, it's a brand new reservoir. Fits on the front panel, replaces that front glass panel, and you attach it by putting some screws through the actual existing holes on the panel, and then you put a washer on, and then you do up the nut. Now it does also have some extra holes for if you want to drill out the existing rivets, and then you can attach it further on the inside through the panel for more durability. However, in saying that, I did not drill out the rivets and I did attach it using the pre-existing holes. So there's about 4 or 5 screws holding it in and it's really sturdy and strong. So there is no need to drill out to the existing rivets in the case, but if you do want to keep that in for a permanent basis, then you may as well go for it. So let's get into the specs, and I am thinking of doing an actual benchmark video on this. I know you guys saw that we did use an i5 8600K CPU with a 1070 Ti, so I definitely want to do a bit of a benchmarking video. That's something that you guys have asked for in the past, something that I do want to bring to you guys. So I'm thinking we'll do some benchmarks. I don't know if I'll include them in this video or the next video, but you guys will definitely see them. So as I said, the CPU is an Intel i5 8600K CPU, which is plenty for the latest games and will certainly run the latest games with a breeze. Now we do have the GTX 1070 Ti Strix from Asus. That is also a good card, even with today's standards. It only just gets beaten out by a GTX 1080, and the 1080 is a good performing card as well. So this is certainly going to run the latest games and titles. Most people play on 1080p, and then we've got 1440p being the second most popular. So we might test the games using those two settings and see how we end up. For the motherboard, we do have the Asus Maximus 10 formula motherboard. We did not end up liquid cooling all of the VRMs and everything like that. They are fine on passive air cooling. And if we did go to liquid cool them, then I think that there would have been a bit too many tubes and it would have become a bit overcrowded. We have also populated all of the holes on the front reservoir panel, so we would have had to have looped that into the loop somehow. For our storage, we went with 480 gigs of XPG M.2 storage. That's all we need at the moment. This is a display system, so it will be pulled apart in roughly 2 days' time after we've done with our benchmarks and testing and things like that. So that is plenty just for our Windows and to have a couple of games on there for our benchmarks. Now, of course, if this was a normal system that I would be using, then we would have added a hard drive or something like that for that extra storage. For the RAM, we do have 16 gigabytes of Team Group T-Force Delta in white. This is RGB memory, but we have set everything to white. This is high speeds as well. I believe it's 3000 megahertz or 3200. I'll have to look back on that. But yeah, it's got high speeds, so it's going to run smoothly in this system, and 16 gigabytes is plenty for today's games. These cables, they only just came in. We did order them from Cable Mod, so we did get a full white set. We were planning on possibly using the Lian Li Strymon cables, but the white looked a lot cleaner, especially with the end result in here. I was debating which one to use throughout the video, but then once I saw the end results, yeah, I had to use the white because it just looked a lot cleaner in this system, especially with setting all of the lights to white. It just would have looked out of place having some RGB cables in the middle of the build. The fans themselves are the Lian Li Bora fans. These are the aluminium frame, and they are doing perfect. I actually really like the aesthetic of these, and the aluminium looks really nice contrasting with the white case. While I'm at it, I have to say a big thank you to Seasonic for jumping on board as well. They actually helped sponsor a few power supplies for our builds. So we got a box of power supplies in. In this one, we're using a 750 watt Snow power supply. So that is their white version. That is running this really nice. They've got 12 years warranty on that power supply as well. So really good quality. So that's what we've got in this system. And I'm certainly really happy with the Seasonic power supplies. You actually will see me use them in a lot of our builds. Anyway, guys, that does it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like, consider subscribing and checking out more videos on the channel just like this one. We will leave all of the specs in the description if you guys want to check them out. They are, of course, Amazon affiliate links. It helps us out, and it is at no cost to you. So if you are shopping on Amazon, consider using our links. Also, we are on Patreon. Thank you to those of you who do support us over there for just $1 a month. That really helps us out a lot. So if you do like what we do, then consider helping us over there as well. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed. Remember to check out more videos on the channel just like this one. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.